Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another Community Connections with Ryan Sauers. Super excited to have my friends. We have both Tony DaCosta, the
Hey
trivia
guys.
guru, here today, and we have my friend Barbara Rosselle, owner of Mellow Mushroom in Snellville.
Hello.
Hello, and Greg couldn't be with us today, but we'll get him again next time. And I see Barbie there next to the Mellow Mushroom guy. That's what I call him. So, does he have a name?
His name is Dude.
Dude. Yeah. Hey, dude. I love it. Hey, dude.
And he's been around since 1974.
That's why his name's Hey Dude. You know, he knew the Hey Jude song, and he knows the Hey Dude song, right? So, all right. So we'll start. I'm gonna kind of go back and forth with you guys, it's partnership, but let's just talk real quick, and y'all both can jump in. All right. So this show's all spawned when COVID-19 began. Small businesses, in particular restaurants, just got all of us have. But throwing curveballs we've never seen before, and yet, from my perspective, it's not what it was. But we've seen the community step up in major ways. So let's start with you, Barbie. What were those early days like, and then how did you pivot to starting to say, we got to reinvent what we're doing because our dining room's not open, and do it safely?
Oh yes, I mean it was like all of a sudden out of the blue. This is hitting us. We've been here so long doing what we do, and Greg is really the brains of putting our safe curbside pickup together and everything, and we just kept creating it as time went on. So it's tweaking it and getting it right, and right now we're doing really well. So.
Well, I've been a huge fan and of watching, because a lot of people just stood around and didn't do anything, and immediately it's an entrepreneur. I thought that's where this show, again, as I said before, spawned from, of how do we interview people and talk about some of the positives going on. But I've seen you guys do the pizza and the lines outside and growlers and whatever. It's just this great. And if I was sending my kids out there the other day, I realized the oldest wasn't 21 yet, so I couldn't get my growler. But but I'm showing a model dad of 3 daughters. But all right, let's come to you, Tony. So I know you work closely with Barbie, but you were doing trivia. Were you doing trivia at Mellow Mushroom Snellville before this?
Yes, I've been doing it for Barbie over 10 years.
Okay, so you were doing it at was it a certain night a week, or?
It was every Wednesday at 7:00.
And it was always packed. I remember that.
Yeah, it was crazy in there, shoulder to shoulder. And those summers, it gets sweaty.
So then you get thrown with, got to close the dining room down and social distancing. And you guys have pivoted from that. We're doing virtual trivia, if I follow.
Correct. That's correct. And like Barbie said, we got to give credit to Greg. Okay. Greg is the one who approached with this idea. And we brainstormed, tried to figure out what was the best way of doing this to give people some type of normalcy, you know what I mean? Because they're trapped in their house with their kids, if they have kids, or with their wife, or girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, and people are going crazy. And Greg, I said, he's the one that came up with this idea and threw it towards Barbie and me, and we just took it and ran with it. And we're trying our best, and it's, word of mouth, advertising, Facebook, any type of social media platform. And I had to get back on Facebook. I hadn't been on Facebook in 10 years because I could care less what everyone's doing,
Right.
But I got back on, and it's been a good success, and it's like Barbie said, they've had to evolve as every week has gone on to change things up. Trivia, it's changed up too. Like I've had people just giving me their 2 cents of what they recommend. They miss hearing me say certain phrases. I would always say all answers in,
right.
They miss that. So I incorporate that back into the trivia, even though it's obvious all the answers are in. And I have people who are like, why do you say that? I'm like, you're not a normal regular trivia player. So
right.
You don't understand, that's part of it. That's, almost like a catchphrase. But
yeah. I mean, people don't realize, and we're all have businesses and stuff. People don't realize, Barbie and I talked about this probably a year or two ago when we first got connected. I said, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur when the times are good. And then, this happens, and everybody that I see all these people going, I wouldn't want to be, having to figure it out. And I think from what I'm seeing, from what you guys are doing, Tony and Barbie, what you've done, whatever, I think, and I hope for what we've done, you're going to come out stronger than ever before, because,
Yeah.
you know, I was worried early on going, well, how's our community going to step up? As big a community guy as I am, but not only have they stepped up, and you guys feel free to chime in, they stepped up probably even more than I ever expected. How about you guys?
They really have. Like, I mean, I can also say without Barbie's support and like my cousin, I'm going to name drop him, at Dave McCune at All Turf. He kind of, I told him I was doing it, and he's the one that came up with the original, like one of the sponsorships. And then Barbie's like, I want to do it too. So without Barbie, I could not do what I'm doing and be able to pay out what I'm paying out.
Yes.
You know, and it's like, for me, it's there's a lot of trivia companies out there, and they look at all their players as teams. All these people are my friends, you know, whether, like, Ryan, if you were to play with me, yeah, you're a new team, but eventually you're my friend. Like, you will come to my birthday party. I will come to your birthday. You will love me before it's all said and done.
I just don't need any more birthdays, right? I'm good on the birthday. I want to celebrate being alive each year. I just want the numbers not to keep going up.
Right.
If Barbie, if you figure that out, let me know how that works, okay? You know, but
well, we're sponsoring it, but it's not about Mellow Mushroom. It's about the community.
It really is.
People all over. So I have friends, Paula and Ben, who play from New Orleans. Yeah, and they play every week. And, you know, so it doesn't matter where you are. You can play anywhere.
I have people as far as Texas last week playing, and people Alabama, like Barbie said, New Orleans. They're all over. I mean, it's South Carolina, North Carolina. I think I have some Tennessee, one Florida. I mean, anyone can play, and that's the hard part, is trying to let people realize that. It's like, hey, you can play. Anyone can play.
Yeah.
It's just it's 6:30 Eastern time, though. That's the problem.
So how does it work? So because we're gonna get this out, and people are still gonna be doing it. So all right. So are you hosting it, and then people are logging in? I mean, I haven't done it personally yet, so I don't know.
Yes. Okay. So we do it through Zoom.
Okay.
And if you're familiar with Zoom, if you're doing it on one singular device, or, you know, just a cell phone, you can close down the Zoom, but it's done. The way you answer your questions is through a website called CrowdPurr.
Okay.
And it's all multiple choice based. And a lot of people are like, well, you can cheat. You know what? You're right. You can cheat. But the problem is you have 20 seconds to get your answer submitted. And the quicker you answer, the more points you get.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does. What were you saying, Barbie?
You got to be quick.
Well,
you got to be,
well, I was going to ask you, you know, these kids, you know, and when I say kids, the younger people get, you know, they're going to look online, but I like that, because if you actually are trying to do that, which I don't even know why you would try to do that if you're entertaining yourself, but in the event you want to do that, you're going to get penalized by taking too long to look it up.
Right. Correct. And that's what people don't understand at first, because literally everyone I've talked to, like, well, they'll cheat. And I said, listen, I was like, I don't care how fast you can Google things, how quick your internet is. You're still going to lose points, because if someone answers it in 19 seconds versus 5 seconds, and they got it right, they're going to get more points.
I love that. That's, you know, I was, you know, just trivia in general, because I haven't done it in a long while. And I sit there and think, you know, of a certain age, like, why would you look it up on your phone? Let's trust what's left up here, right? You know,
correct.
Like, dude, you know, like the dude guy right there. He knows. He's not on Alexa or Siri, the guy next to Barbie.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's just smiling at me. Hello, dude.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. But I like that, and I didn't know how it was going to work for trivia, because as I see more and more, you know, again, the younger people they're going to look everything up in their phone, and I was like, is that going to hurt? Forget it, virtual, any trivia. But I never thought about that, putting a scenario in play of speed of answer.
And neither did I. And like this CrowdPurr, I'm learning new things about it every day, because I'm always messing with it, trying to figure out what can I do to change it up. And it's awesome, man. It's honestly might be the new way I do trivia from here on out, even when we go back to doing restaurants, but just putting more of our normal spin on.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
So that was a question for you, Tony. So do you see, and for you too, Barbie, for you too, do you see from this time, for example, this show will continue after COVID-19. I'm going to continue this show after COVID-19, because everybody's going to know how to use Zoom because everybody's been forced to use Zoom. I wish I would have bought a lot of stock in Zoom a year ago. But
Lysol.
Yeah, and Lysol, that'd have been good too, right? Maybe toilet paper. Yeah. But do you see things like you're saying that you're going to incorporate when things go back to, whatever the new normal looks like, that you'll take from this time and then put in place? I'd like to hear from both of you guys on that.
Well, Barbie, you go first.
Well, we were talking about somehow trying to continue curbside service if we can once we're all back to normal, and we'll see how that goes. I don't want to get into the details of that.
No.
Because right now we're very stressed for parking anyway.
Right.
We're very busy. Okay, before COVID, we have to have the employees park other places, and also it may be taking a little involvement to get that going, but we'd love to do curbside in the future.
Is that, Barbie, just let me ask you didn't have that before, correct?
No.
So to pivot like you did, I'm going to use a word that, early on one of my marketing guru friends came up with this is like 2 months ago. Now it's being used all the time, but truly to pivot like you did, I mean, some people might say, oh, they already had, pickup. Well, if you didn't even have it, I mean, I can't even imagine.
But you just come in. We're talking about still having curbside, and this, that we'd still be able to do curbside, bring it out to the customer.
Right.
And it's a quick transaction, frees up the parking lot.
Wow. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. How about Tony? How about you?
Well, I mean, I'm going back and forth about it because right now, like old school trivia, I said I was old school pen pad. You had your teams, wrote it down. They had one song to turn their answer into me. I miss that. I miss everyone's interaction coming up and telling me the most useless crap I could care less about, but I miss it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I honestly do. So, but with this crowd perk, I want to probably continue doing that when we go back to doing normal trivia, whenever that will be back at Mellow and all the other places. But I want to use it to where they can see what the answer or see what the question is. Because I have so many people where it's like, hey, I can't hear, or if they are hearing impaired, they can actually look at the question on their phone. Oh, okay, that's the question. And just incorporating it some way. And, it's just, I'm still trying to figure all that part out. And like I said, when we do go back to doing normal trivia, it is going to be a transition, because do I want to have 30 people slips handing after they're coughing in their hand, handing it back to me anymore? Because I have a little baby boy now I have to look out for. I don't want to bring anything home to him. So.
Well, congratulations on that.
So I appreciate it.
Well, no, I agree with you. I mean, I think it's going to be, my marketing hat would say, take the best of what you've learned, take the best of what's always worked, and put, maybe some new ingredients together and play with it a little bit and figure it out, but I do think it's cool. You don't want to lose that. I'm talking about trivia. You don't want to lose the old school, what made trivia what it is. On the other hand, with evolving times, how do we reward those people that actually have the information up here, and that's by speed of answers. So I'm sure you'll figure out a nice hybrid solution,
Of course. Yeah. It's out there. Like I said, I have to, when we get back to that, I'm sure the week before, hey, Barbie's going to give me the go, hey, we're opening back up, trivia's back on. I'll be running around like a wild man, trying to figure out, okay, what's the best way of doing this? That way everyone benefits from it, though. But it's like the hardest thing that I'll talk to Barbie every Wednesday. It's like, these kids are cheating out here. I do not want to be the bad guy, but I'm not stupid. It's like you shouldn't know that answer.
Yeah.
I just don't understand if people really want to engage in off their phone, why they're, it doesn't matter my thoughts, but why you're looking up an answer. I know they're competing, but it's like, that'd be like tennis, letting the ball bounce twice on one side and say, hey, I got a point of some sort. And like, well, but you didn't even follow the rules. So,
it doesn't. And I'm right there with you, but we do have that honor, keep everyone honest policy. And I'll say stuff like, if you think someone's cheating, you let me know, and we will say something to them. Well, I say, with this new point system, I love it. I can make it to where it's not multiple choice. They have to type their answers in, and I can put my eyes on, 20 answers versus 50 answers a lot quicker. You know what I mean? So there's ways of doing it, and we'll figure it out together. And that'll be something Barbie and I brainstorm on, because it's ultimately end goal is when we go back to normal trivia, bringing people back to her restaurant the way it's supposed to be.
Well, it's gonna. I mean, I can't wait, and I'll make sure that I get there for one of the trivias when it opens up. See what's in my brain, because Barbie knows, I'm finishing my last 2 terms of my coursework and my doctorate in leadership, so my brain's whatever's left of it, it's a little frazzled, but
yeah.
But I want to make sure we don't go too long. But all right, let's real quick, Barbie, let everybody know the best way, just because Mellow Mushroom Snellville, to get in contact with you guys for either event. Is it Facebook? Is it your website, phone number? What's the best way just to keep on, with what you're doing each week?
Yeah, well, definitely follow us on Facebook and Instagram for updates on what's happening here. We have online ordering. We have a DoorDash. We have Uber Eats. And you could still call and place your order. And then when you get here, you'll be directed with signage on how we'll bring out your food to you. And you just have to follow the instructions. So we
just like your friend Dude would do.
Yeah.
That's what he would do. I mean, he's just chilled. He's not,
I know.
He's not in a hurry.
I can't shut him up,
I know. I need a guy like that to talk to me when my wife says, "Were you talking to yourself again?" I'm like, "Was I?" I need like a dude. Hey, dude, what's up? And he's like,
yeah. Hey, you win that argument every day, right?
I do.
Yeah,
I really do. It's somewhere between people rolling their eyes or somebody thinking I need serious help. That's all right, Tony, let us know, how can people best get in contact with you for trivia and other things like that?
Well, my cell phone is always on my hip. Telephone number, I can give that out. Email, Facebook. But I mean, honestly, I would say, shoot me a text, give me a call. You
want to put your number out there?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. So telephone number is 678-525-5979. You guys have any questions, concerns? Because there's a lot of people that are out there that are suspect of the trivia, and I'll be straight shooter with you. This is how it works. I'll give you an example of how it works, so.
Well, I know when things start opening up, I mean, you and Barbie will keep doing what you're doing, but there'll be other people that want to try some things new, and there'll be people listening to this show. So I hope they'll reach out,
Yeah, that'd be great.
And I hope people will continue to, be curbside with Barbie until times are ready to move and, offer more things. But I appreciate both you guys and your flexibility of coming on the show. I know it's hard to, actually, just tell Greg we decided we put Dude in instead of him because
that's Dude Greg right
yeah,
there.
it's Dude Greg. and if Greg was going to say anything, just say Dude. Just said Dude, chill, and that's what we got. That's what we got. But I'm going to close it down here in a second, but I just want to thank you, Barbie. Thank you so much for coming on the Community Connection show.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me on, and we hope to see everybody at this room. You'll see us running around the parking lot for now, but I'd love to see you in any capacity.
Absolutely. You're doing a great job. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. And Tony, my friend, I love what you're doing. And again, I'll get you an email out so y'all can share these links and whatever.
Awesome.
And I know I can just vouch for, people who need to get in contact with you for your services, and it'll be a huge asset.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. That'd be awesome. That'd be, very, very looking forward to it, brother. So.
Awesome. And Dude, thanks for just being quiet. I appreciate you too. Yeah. I can't help it. I still say Dude. I'm a guy of the 80s. So Dude, that's awesome. So awesome, Dude. Awesome, Dude. All right, folks. Thanks again. And to our audience, thanks for listening to another Community Connections and tuning in. We'll see you again, everyone, next time.
See you guys. Take care.